Dear students, so today we are going to start with session number 6 of chapter number 2, Computer Science. Okay students, now we will study few of the programs based on dictionaries and then we'll do insertion sorting. So our first program is to convert a list into a dictionary form, and then we are going to count the number of elements, each item of the list, and then accordingly we are going to give the values to each item that is there in the list. Now first of all, we have imported JSON library. As you know what JSON library is going to do, we are going to do pretty printing of our dictionary. That means our dictionary will become more readable to us. So first of all, we have got the user input of a list, and then we have taken an empty dictionary dict1. Okay, now we are going to read each element from the list, one element at a time, and then we'll check if this element is actually not the key in the dictionary yet. So at that time we are going to put the element as key of the dictionary and the value of it will be 1. Otherwise, if the element is already present as key in our dictionary, then we are going to just increment the value of that element. Let's suppose 1 is already present as a key in our dictionary, and again 1 has come into the list. So that means now the count or the value of key 1 will become 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so this is how we are going to just count all the elements of the list, and finally we are going to print our dictionary using dumps method. Okay, here we have taken indent as 3. So now we can see the output is like this. So this is our list that the user has inputted, and finally this is what our dictionary is going to be printed like. Now in this program, what we are doing actually, we are storing the contents of a shopping cart. So first of all, again we have imported JSON library here, and then we have taken an empty dictionary shopping basket over here. Okay, initially choice is 0 and the loop of while will keep on going till the choice is not 4. So what we are going to do is actually it's a shopping basket where we can add elements for purchase, we can delete elements, or we can remove the elements from the basket. We can display whatever basket elements are, and 4 is for exiting the loop. So that is why till choice is not 4, the loop will continue over here. So we have taken the choice from the user, and now one by one we'll just study if choice is 1. So what is 1? We want to add an item into our shopping basket. So we have inputted the item which is to be kept in the basket, and number of means a number of items, that means the quantity of the item is also we have taken from the user. Okay, now what we will be doing is how we are going to put this element into our dictionary. So first of all, we are going to just check whether this item is present or not in the shopping basket. If item is not in the shopping basket, then shopping basket item equals to quantity. That means what is the key? Item is the key and quantity is the value here. Okay, else if the item is already present and we are adding few more number of that item itself, okay, into the basket. Let's suppose pen is the item. We have already got 3 pens in the basket, and now we want to add more 2 more pens into it. So that means in all it should show 5 pens, right? So now this is what we are doing here. We are adding the quantity of the items in the shopping basket. Now if your choice is 2, what is choice 2? Choice 2 is to delete the item from the basket. So again, which item you want to delete or which item you want to remove from the basket, and how many quantities you want to remove from the basket. Okay, now it will first of all check whether this item is already present in the basket. That means if key is already there, then also if quantity is less than equals to shopping basket items. Let's suppose we have 3 pens with us and we want to remove 5. So that cannot be done. So if both the condition meets, at that time we are just reducing the number of whatever elements, whatever the quantity is from the shopping basket. So if 3 pens are there and 2 are to be removed, that means now we have 1 pen in the shopping basket. Otherwise, if we are entering more quantity than the which is already present, so at that time it will just show you a message, you have entered a wrong data. Or even if your item is not there, that means a key is not there in the dictionary, at that time also it will print the same output. You can see both the print statements are for this only. This is for value and this is for the key. In the next part, if choice is 3, that means you want to display all the elements. So again, using dumps function, we have displayed our shopping basket or the dictionary, we can call it. Okay. Otherwise, if your choice is 4, that means you want to exit from the loop. So at that time, it will just show you all the contents of your basket and then you are ready for the billing. Now you can see the output of the program. Initially, the menu is given to you. Add item, 2 is for delete item and all. Now, first of all, we have to add the elements only into the dictionary. So we have taken the choices 1, whatever the item name is, Pepsi over here, what is the quantity you want to purchase, 2 is the quantity. So that means item is added. In the next case, again I have added one more item, Lay's chips with quantity 4. Again I have added one more element to the shopping basket. Okay, and that is cornflakes with 2 quantity. After addition of all the elements, I want to see my shopping cart over here. So I can see it by choosing choice 3. So it's showing Pepsi 2, Lay's chips 4 and cornflakes 2. In the next case, now I want to enter one more element into the basket. Now what is the element? It is same as we have already entered. So Pepsi bottle, I want to purchase one more of it. Okay, so we can do that. Now I want to again see my cart. So now Pepsi is 3. Initially it was 2. Now it is 3. So you can see over here the changes that are made into the dictionary. Now in the next case, I want to delete some element from my dictionary, from my basket. So what is that element? That is cornflakes. So how much we want to delete or remove? 1 cornflakes packet I want to remove from the basket. So again, if I am going to look at my shopping basket, now I have just 1 packet of cornflakes. Initially they were 2. Okay. In the next case, okay, I'm over with my shopping now. So I'm entering choice as 4. I want to exit. So it is going to just show me my shopping cart. And finally, your basket is ready for billing. This message will be flashed. Next, we come to insertion sort program. So here what we have done, we have taken a list. You know what is insertion sort? This has been explained to you in previous session. So what it is going to do, it is going to take one element, find the correct position of that element into the list, okay, at the left hand side, and then it is going to just place that element at its proper position. This is what actually insertion sort is doing. So we have a list over here. We have found out the length of the list using len function. Then we have shown the list initially. Finally, what we are going to do is we are using a for loop here and the range is from 1 to length. Why 1? Because at 0th location, whatever element is present, we cannot compare that element with that element itself, right? So 10 cannot be, 10 is not going to be compared with 10 only. It's useless for us. So we'll start with the element 12. That means the element that is present at index 1. Okay, so that is why range is from 1 to length. Now what it is going to do is it will just keep this value, that means which is at index 1 or 2 or whatsoever, into a variable temp, and then from the previous index value it is going to check that whether the element is smaller than the previous one. If yes, then what it is going to do is it will just we are just using here while loop, and while loop has 2 conditions here. J greater than equals to 0. That means position index must not go beyond below 0, right? Because index is 0. The first index is 0. So it should remain till there only, and temp should be less than LSTJ. That means whatever value we are comparing, that should be less than the previous value. Like for example, if we are comparing 8, so 8 is smaller than 11, smaller than 12, smaller than 10. So till then the loop will keep on going, right? So what it is doing, if we have to place this element at the proper place, so we have kept that element in temp variable, and now what we are doing is we are just shifting all the previous elements one place ahead, okay, till we don't find the correct position of our temp value. Okay, so here all the elements are shifted, okay, and finally when we found the correct position of our value, that is temp, so that is going to be placed at its proper place. Okay, now after all this, after the whole logic will work, now our printed list will be in the sorted manner. We can just see the output of it. So initially our list was like this, okay, before sorting, and after sorting our list becomes the one which is shown to you. So students, this is the end of session 6. I hope you enjoyed learning. Thank you very much.